はい。
もし
はい。
もし、
はい。あ、もしもし。はい。
予約したいんですけど、
あ、はい。予約ですね。はい。いつでしょうか？
今日空いてますか？
あ、はい。空いてますよ。何時でしょうか？
6 時空いてますか？
はい。6時空いてますよ。はい。えー、何名様でしょうか？
3人です。
あ、はい。3名様ですね。お名前お伺いしてもよろしいでしょうか？
笹本です。
エクセレント、素晴らしい。Feel like learning Japanese is too damn hard for you? Stop slaving away at grammar, words, and spelling. Now there's a better way to learn how to speak Japanese like a normal guy. Welcome to Terumi's podcast. Let's learn Japanese in just 2 months with Terumi's learning method. So Mariana-san, welcome to my YouTube channel. How you feel?
I feel good.
Feel good.
Yeah,
久しぶり。
excited. 久しぶり.
Yeah, amazing. So like maybe everybody don't know you. So like can you explain like who are you?
My name is Mariano. Serving in the Marine Corps out here in Okinawa. I'm out here with my family. My wife is Japanese and she has relatives out here. So we have family in Tokyo, and I've been here for about 2 years now. And I've always wanted to learn many languages. I tried Spanish first in school, and then I grew up learning Chamorro, which is my family's language. And then when I got here, I wanted to learn Japanese. So um, I'm not very textbook in class kind of learner. And then when I seen this program, I thought I'd give it a shot. So now, yeah, that's pretty much it.
When you decided to learn Japanese, what was the actual first action? What did you do first?
I started on Duolingo. I started trying to just learn from the free app. Wasn't very helpful. I tried doing just looking up on Google Translate every sentence that I want to say, and I would use that a lot, and people will look at me like I'm crazy. This doesn't make sense what you're saying. And then I would just type it in and then show them, and they still don't understand. They're just like, that doesn't mean anything. So that was when I was like, man, I need to like do a class or something. But those were the first things I tried, and they weren't working out. I say maybe 90% of the time it was didn't make sense to them, to Japanese locals. They're just looking at me like I didn't say anything in that made any sense.
How did you find our school, Japan Language Factory?
I think through Instagram or Facebook, either one. I just kept seeing the ads for it, and then I did my own research and I looked up your website. I looked up YouTube videos on it, and it looked like my type of learning. It looked like uh, you didn't use the textbooks. You didn't try to teach me every single thing about Japanese language. You just taught me how to speak Japanese. So, and that's more what I need. The book learning does not help for me. So, when I seen that, yeah, that was what kind of drew me in.
Especially you had the bad experience of book learning with the Spanish language, and you didn't want to try with a game book, right?
Yeah, again, yeah. So that like I already had that experience, and that's why I did my research on Japan Language Factory to see what kind of teaching style was this going to be, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Amazing. Finally, you started with your personal coach, Shono. So what was it like during the master course now? I mean, still you're taking, but it's what is actually the daily training for you? Like, what did you do during this master course?
So we started out small sentences that were like universal sentence. Um, Started out with just hello, how's your day? 今日はどうでしたか? Just little phrases that can be said anytime. And then we started focusing more into who do you want to talk to and what do you want to say to them. And then went out of that, went down those different lanes, and it's more of directed conversations.
Do you actually have any favorite phrases? Like 今日どうでした? That's amazing. 久しぶりです. That's amazing. Any other phrases that you like?
I like the simple ones that are just like reaction, いいですね, そうなんですね, そうそう、そこそこ. Those are like my favorite because it helps me with just reacting in Japanese. That's helping me a whole lot more than anything, I think. When somebody's talking to me and like my family, when my family is talking to me and they say something, and if I'm just one question after another question, no reaction, I think it seems weird, but that's why for me, I really like the reactions that I'm learning.
Exactly. But when you are learning with a textbook, did you actually learn those actual reactions?
No, you don't learn any of that. Even like Google Translate, if you want to say some of those things, like, oh, I see, or I think that one's on there, but the soka soka, so the natural ones that was taught to me by Shono, my instructor, I didn't find any of that anywhere. Like, and I think she told me herself, like, these are things that you won't learn out of text, but you have to learn from somebody that speaks the language, because it's just, I guess, a natural, I don't know if you guys call it slang or, but yeah, it's like just natural language. It's not something written down.
So what do you think is the differences between like what you did with the Duolingo or textbook study when you did the Spanish, or between our master course? What is actually the differences for you?
I think the difference is I am training with Japanese Language Factory. I'm training to actually speak the language, and with the textbook studying for Spanish, it was more of grammar, ABCs, numbers, adjectives, nouns. You're learning so much information. You're not that was very hard for. It's going to be hard for some people to hang on to all that information and then use it in a manner that makes sense. So, and I was one of those people. It just didn't make sense to me. So yeah, I think just learning actually how to speak the language is very more beneficial for someone like me.
Yeah, especially when the people living in Japan, you want to speak like in the real life, not like a robot or textbook style, right?
Yeah, correct.
So, this is just the beginning, for you, learning Japanese this year, you just started in a few months ago, and this is the beginning. But if you see the long term, like what kind of things you want to do in Japanese language?
I would like to, I guess, speak to anybody about any topic. I would like to express myself in Japanese. I would like to have the Japanese skill to get a job in Japan.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So anytime you can come back, or even like some people working remotely with Japanese company, maybe you can work Japanese company in the States, or maybe in the Philippines, or anywhere, you want. Yeah. You're going to definitely keep it
awesome.
up. Yeah, exactly. Amazing. So like, what do you think it's to the world, like people actually are struggling learning Japanese? What is the message for them if they are actually giving up learning Japanese, or if they cannot believe that they can do it?
I would tell them to try out Japan Language Factory. You're missing out if you're just trying to do textbook style learning, and especially if you're not a learner that learns that way. the Japanese language, everybody knows Japanese language is very hard to learn. There's multiple alphabet, multiple ways of speaking, and you're not going to learn unless somebody walks you through on how to speak the language. So I would say try out Japan Language Factory because that's what they do. They teach you how to speak the language.
Thank you. ありがとうございます、マリアノさん。Are you expat? Live in Japan? You started living in Japan, you're super excited to communicate with locals. You can enjoy traveling, meeting people. And now you start using this textbook and you feel like, wow, that's so many. Elementary school textbook, another elementary school textbook, and how many hours should you study? Let's think one more time. In order to communicate like a normal guy, you can do everything in the basic everyday life. Should you finish all those textbooks? Otherwise, you won't understand what they're talking. You cannot express yourself, anything. First of all, there are always two ways to learn languages. One is documentational language. The other one is conversational language. It's like, once upon a time, grandmother and grandfather are living somewhere. Or, hey, what's up? How's it going? Which is conversational. What is the most effective way to learn how to speak Japanese? Textbooks can't talk to you, so you cannot improve your listening skill and pronunciation, how to communicate. So why Japanese children can speak Japanese so quickly? Because they are learning conversational Japanese. The good news is, in Japan Language Factory, we have a specific learning structure to improve your conversational Japanese. So you can join the conversation, you can understand what they're talking, you can respond quickly, and express what you are thinking. If you want to be able to speak Japanese as soon as possible, join our free consultation to figure out what is the fastest way to start speaking Japanese.